So we live.
All right.
Oh, we made it, y'all.
Okay.
Is the promo playing?
Say that
The
again.
promo playing? Let me know when it's stopped because I can't hear it.
I can't hear it or see it.
Well, I wear my clothes like this because I can. And I wear my hair like this because I can. And I walk around like this because I can. And I do my thing like this because it's who I am. And if you expect me to give you an apology for being nothing that you're used to, go right ahead, wait, hold your breath and concentrate. Keep holding to your face, turn blue. My road ain't your road, but just I know I'm just where I'm going. My flow ain't your flow, but just I know I'm just how I'm flowing. I'ma do my thing. Please feel free to hate and complain. I'ma do my thing. Say what you want, but this one ain't gonna change. I'ma do my thing. I can't wear my clothes like you because I'm not.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey,
How y'all doing? Welcome to
Doing
Life
good.
Week. And I'm
Finally.
Yes, Mary, Erica, and Rhonda, and we are Life in Sync. We put this platform together so that we could use it as a place to encourage people, to motivate people, to inspire people through our testimony and also through the testimony of others. We apologize for the technical difficulties, like I said, but we are so happy to be here on tonight.
Yes.
To hopefully inspire you, motivate, and empower you. We really had to fight through this situation.
Okay.
Live right now.
Had to put the gloves on, girl.
Hey, drink my water. That was rough.
Okay.
Do we have anybody on? Who do we have on right now?
Laquana Hobson. How you, Laquana?
Hey. We're so glad that everybody is taking the time out to come on in to Life in Sync.
Okay.
Welcome.
Yes. Welcome.
Welcome.
We're so glad to be here.
Yes. Everything has been running perfectly for the past few days. We planned to broadcast this, but right at 9 o'clock, it just broke down.
There went.
So you know something good gonna come out of this one.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
So thank you everybody for being patient with us. We are usually very prompt people, so thank you for being patient.
So on tonight, we're gonna every night we come on Tuesdays, we'll pick a topic. And so because we're in such uncertain times and where people are losing loved ones and we're separated from our family members, we're isolated at times, we have to deal with the social distancing, some people have lost their jobs or not working. We wanted to talk about resilience and what it means to be resilient and hopefully inspire you through some of our testimony and what we have to say concerning resilience and the ability to make it through some tough times and how to withstand some tough times. And so to go ahead and get started, we're going to let Erica kick us off as she gives us the definition of resilience and talks about what stands out to her about being resilient.
Okay, well, resilience has several different definitions, but the one that stood out to me the most was the ability to adapt to a situation through hard times, through trials, tribulations, whatever the issues may be. And so the reason why that stood out to me so much is because in my life, I've had to adapt to very difficult situations due to some choices that I have made, choices that other people have made for me. But all in all, it helped me to be resilient or to bounce back. And I don't want to cross into what somebody else's definition is, but when you're able to adapt to a situation, that means you learn how to function no matter what. You function
Yes.
in the middle of a dysfunction. That can be very uncomfortable. I don't believe that functioning in the middle of a dysfunction is a permanent situation, nor should it be. It's not healthy. But when you are in certain situations in your life, you have to adapt. You can't, if things go wrong in your life, you just can't stay in the bed, decide I'm not going to work, I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to feed the children's, I'm not going to do any of that. You still have to get up. You still have to
Yes,
adapt.
indeed.
And I use my personal situation where I've been in marriage, 2 marriages that were not successful for various reasons. Even in situations where there was physical abuse or emotional abuse or abandonment or whatever the situation was, I could not just get in a bed and cry and be depressed and stop functioning.
Mhm.
I had 2 children I had to take care of. I still had to pay bills. I still had to eat. So that being in that bad situation, and I adapted to it, meaning that I had to make myself stronger and push myself, and I continued to press on. And when I came out of the situation, I was stronger. So to me, that definition of resilience, that's what sticks out to me, the ability to adapt to your bad situation. So when you come out of it, you'll be stronger and use those lessons that you got to live a better life.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what
Now,
good.
resilience
Erica,
means to me.
now,
All
Erica,
right, Miss Rhonda.
do you think you was able to kind of bounce back because of the fact that you kind of had an idea, or you knew within your heart that it's supposed to be better than this?
I don't know what you talking about. You just told the truth, Rhonda. That's it, because I knew that that was not the end for me. It was something on the inside that told
Yes.
me that, hey, this is not your end. Life is
This.
better than this. And when you
Yes.
when you get out of your situation, when you leave your house, when you go to work, and then you see people out there living their best life, you see people laughing, something so
Mhm.
simple, and
Mhm.
smiling, having a conversation with somebody, and
Yes.
you're thinking, why can't I do that? Matter of fact, I can do that. So I had to gird myself up and just say, hey, I'm going to live my life. I'm going to push past
Mhm.
this situation. It's just a process I had to go through. Like I said, because of choices that I made, choices that other people made for me, but I kept pushing, and I saw that life, this is not the end. Even if you're in a dark place, doesn't mean you have to stay there. You keep on pushing
Yes.
until you see the light, no matter what.
Mhm.
No
That's
matter
good,
what.
Erica.
Yes.
That's good. So,
I
Miss
got some
Rhonda.
hustle behind that.
Hey.
What's up?
All right, Rhonda, tell us about your perspective of how you see resilience and how you've had to be resilient, in your lifetime.
Girl, I was born resilient. You hear me?
I hear you.
That's what most people would say. But you know what? Resilience is built. You know, like Erica was saying, out of the circumstances, out of things we go through, decisions we make. That's how resilience is built. But when I think of resilience, being resilient, I think of not being able to, well, being able to bend and not break.
All right.
That's what I
Good.
think
That's
of.
good.
When something is created, um, to be able to bend, it keeps its form, even though it has bent, but it still will be able to come back to its original state and what it was created to
That's
be.
right.
And that's what I kind of think about when I think about being resilient, and it's all about facing your fears,
Right.
owning your truth.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes we kind of waver in that, but that's what it's about. It's about facing those fears, owning your truth, overcoming adversities or obstacles. Anything that's placed within your path, that's what builds that resistance, because it's
Yeah.
going against what truth is going against your
Uh-huh.
norm or what you know. So it brings
Right.
resistance. Like the time that we're in now, this shall bring resistance within the
Right.
people. And
Mm-hmm.
so, also, when it comes to resilience, I think about Paul and Silas. I think
Yeah.
about that, and oftentimes we don't hear that story kind of referred to in that way. But Paul and Silas, when you think of it, they were locked up because
Right.
they were standing on their truth. That's
Right.
why they were locked up. That's why they was beat. That's why they was chained. But
Yeah.
in the midst of them being resilient, they was able to bend and they didn't
Being.
break. They held to their
Mhm.
foundation.
Yeah.
They held truth. They said they were praying and
Mhm.
praising God. And at
Mhm.
midnight, the bands was loosened. But
Yeah.
one thing but really stuck out to me was with them being resilient, and because they were resilient, out of that came life.
That's
And
it.
when I say life, out of that came life. The
Uh-huh.
guard, the jailer that was guarding them that night, when he saw that they were loose and all their doors was open, he fell down to his knees and said, "What must I do to be saved?"
Right.
And so
Right.
we all know that with salvation there comes life. And so
Right.
and with that, when you go through resilient times, you got to realize that it's not just about yourself. You
Right.
might feel
Right.
the pain, you might feel the bulk of it, but it's not
Right.
just for you. Because even with
Right.
that jailer, in the midst of that, his whole family got saved. And so
Exactly.
I look at that, yeah, and I look at that as being resilient by bringing life. I also think about when I went through miscarriages and having a stillborn baby.
Mhm.
Doctors telling you that you won't be able to have children. Things of that nature. But I held to my truth. I held to what I knew within my heart,
Yeah.
and didn't waver in what I believed. And so,
Uh-huh.
and out of that came life. I was
Uh-huh.
resilient to push past all those negative, thoughts, the naysayers,
Yeah.
even when you have people giving you facts. But when you
Mm-hmm.
push past that, and standing in your faith, I might have been, yeah, I might have cried, I might
Yeah.
have been depressed a
Uh-huh.
little bit, I might have been, but I
Mhm.
didn't break. I held to my truth and held to my foundation, and out of that came life. I have
Right.
two beautiful kids, and so on. So you got to remember that it's just not about you, when you're
Right.
going through
Uh-huh.
resilient times.
Right.
And just
Right.
remember that you was built to bend and not break.
All
Absolutely.
right, we got
That's good.
adaptability, and
Mm-hmm.
basically saying that when you go through what you go through, don't forget your purpose. Don't
That's
forget your
it.
Mm.
purpose. Keep focused
Yeah.
on your purpose. But thinking about resilience, the ability to withstand or to recover quickly from some type
Hmm.
of condition. So I look at the recovery part of it. And so when I think about my life, and the things that I had to go through,
Mm-hmm.
and make it through, as a teen mother, as a
Mm-hmm.
single parent,
Mm-hmm.
as a mother of two children,
Yeah.
having children with multiple men. My
Mm-hmm.
truth is, currently today, I have 4 children with about 3 different men.
Mm.
That sounds horrible, but
Yeah.
it
But
ain't.
it's your
But
truth.
it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Right.
Those are facts of the matter. But it
Right.
happens. Like as bad as it might sound. But even through all of that, brought up me being resilient. It built
Right.
me up and made me strong. But the
Mm-hmm.
issue that I had once I came out of it, the aftermath. So I think about resilience as just survival mode. How was
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
in revival mode? When I
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
came out, when things got better, when things turned around, what kind of path did I leave?
Right.
It was
Hmm.
a path of a lot of destruction. I wasn't very
Mm-hmm.
nice. I spoke what was
Yeah.
on my mind. I did not spare anybody their feelings. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
did what I
Yeah.
had to do to survive. You know, um,
Hmm.
went to school. Didn't have a lot of money. Sometimes I didn't even have the
Mm-hmm.
money for my tuition. You
Yeah.
know, and taking care of children that was a child that was sick.
Right.
Hmm.
Dealing with other drama from, like you said, the choices that you make.
Mm-hmm.
Being flexible, understanding there was something better on the other side. But then when
Yeah.
I came out of it, the aftermath of survival mode, then what's left? Recovery.
Mm.
So once
Okay.
I've been
That's
resilient,
good. That's good.
once I've been
Hmm.
tired, I'm so tired. I remember taking BC powders just to survive, taking a
Mm.
BC and a Coke because my head would hurt so bad.
Hmm.
Yeah.
From just
Hmm.
having to keep going, working 12-hour shifts, going to work and realizing I had two different shoes on. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Hmm.
just running,
Yeah.
running, running. So when
Yeah.
I finally, when my
Mm-hmm.
life shifted and I came out of that, there was the aftermath. There were people I had offended. There
Mm.
were issues I had dealt with
Yes.
along the way. Like unpacking unforgiveness was a major one. So
Yeah.
here I am,
Mm.
30
All
years
of us. Me
old.
too.
I'm 30 years old, a married woman. Things are lining up. Everything is going great. But I had to come to myself at the age of 30 and deal with the 15-year-old that got pregnant, deal with the 18-year-old that left home, deal with the 20-some-year-old with the 2 kids, you know, deal with deal with all the struggle, the pain, and then even the physical aspects of it, the bad digestive system, because the BC powder ate my lining of the stomach out, you know.
Yeah.
Just dealing with the aftermath and unpacking those things, fighting to the finish, and understanding that the biggest issue, especially when we go through what we go through, a lot of time we harvest things in our heart, whether it's bitterness, unforgiveness, anger, frustration. You understanding that the people that hurt you may never apologize.
Yeah.
You know, the people that let you down may not even know it, because people can only give you what they have. They can't give you what they can't have, but you're expecting more, so you harvest disappointment. You know, but then it comes to the point where I had to deal with myself. So I had to live the 15-year-old girl that let everybody down by getting pregnant. So I thought, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The struggle of not having things. I was rude a lot of days to my poor co-workers. If I ever offended you and you work with me, for the recent years from 2000 and 2006, that wasn't nice. You know, I was strung out, you know, just trying to make it and just trying to survive. Yeah. But there comes a time, even in this pandemic, when we come out of this, did I lay in my bed and was I depressed? Did I strategize and come up with innovation and new strategies for a better life? Did I start a business? You know, did I just let things fall apart? Did I grind as hard as I could? You know, did I do some self-evaluation and self-reflection? Did I waste time? You know, so those are the things that we're going to have to look at, especially when we're talking about, you know, and then some of us are going to have to go back and actually grieve the loss of loved ones. Because we didn't get the funeral. We didn't get the hugs and the comfort from our families. You know, so we're going to have to do that. Some of us are going to have to find a new job, new career paths, you know. A new way of thinking, a new mindset. But the point is, even in the recovery phase, when you are a resilient person, you still have to take time for self-reflection so that you can be a better person.
Right.
You know,
and Mary,
from survival mode to thriving. Go ahead.
Right. And Mary, you were saying something about how you have to the unforgiveness, and just kind of talk about, you know, the unforgiveness and how it hindered you. How did you get over that? How did you, like you said, you started with forgiving yourself, and then you had to go back to those people that you hurt. And so how did that forgiveness or lack thereof play into your resilience?
Well, the unforgiveness made me bitter. And it put me in the mindset, I'm going to show everybody I can make it. So I became an overachiever. You know what I'm saying? I became an overachiever because I needed to show folks. Also what? I'm 15. Got more degrees than you. So that it actually drove me in a positive way.
In a positive way. That's what it does.
But at the end of the day, when you're exhausted mentally and then you're crying and you don't know why, and tears just falling down your face and you can't figure out where this is coming from. Why am I emotional? You know, what is going on with me? You know what I'm saying? And you ask the Lord, and the Lord begins to speak to you and show you. The Holy Spirit begins to show you. That's when you have to go through that process of forgiving people. And because, like I said, even in a situation with having children at a young age, where the young men that I had the babies with, they could only do what they could do. Because we were young. You see what I'm saying? They can't give me what they didn't have. So even if I'm looking, we have a baby, and I know how my father fathered me, and I'm expecting for them to father my kids the way my father fathered me. Well, maybe they're not equipped for that.
Right.
I'm gonna have to let them go.
And you have to understand too, people can't give what they don't have. If they don't have love in their heart, they can't love you.
Right.
You know, if they can't care for anybody else, they can't care. If they can't care for themselves, they can't care for you, or showing compassion or empathy. If they don't have it within their heart, they can't give it away.
Right.
Yeah.
So even in that, and having a support system and having people around me that love me, you know, I don't know if it was ego, if it was pride, if it was mixed in with some resilience. mixed
No.
in with some grind, but I was
Mhm.
determined to make it.
Determined.
To do
Determined.
better.
Yes.
And then even
Mhm.
in that, discovering my purpose, because I didn't know what my
Yeah.
purpose
That's
was.
it. That's
Yeah.
it.
I didn't know
In
that I was
spite of
speaking
bad
boldly.
decisions.
Mhm.
Speaking boldly out of my flesh, but was really designed and gifting to speak for God boldly. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
That put it in
You
perspective.
had to tweak that a little bit.
Yeah, you have to tweak some things. You have to tweak some stuff,
That's it.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and analytical. How does that play into who
Yeah.
I am and my purpose?
Yeah. Mhm.
That what God has
Yeah.
ordained me to do. So everything worked together, but even in our adapting, in our ability to be flexible, but not forgetting about our purpose.
Yeah.
Um, even in these uncertain times where it's hard for a lot of people,
Mm.
we just really have to keep that in mind and actually take advantage of this time that we do have
Right.
to
Right.
look
Yes.
at ourselves and at least come out a better person.
Yeah.
What
Yes.
we want.
Yes. That's one thing I was thinking about, even with that, like, and owning your truth and the decisions that you make. Like,
Owning
I
your
gave
truth.
that example about having that stillborn baby. I
Mhm.
think about that. I had just bought a home, around about 24 years old, on my own,
Mhm.
living my life. But on the flip side, I was shacking.
Mm.
I was, for a long time. Do
Yeah.
you hear me? Smoking, drinking, partying, just living
Mm.
life. The decisions that I made, and things that I spoke out of my mouth. For
Mm.
years, I used to tell people all the time, I don't want no children. I don't want no children. So those are decisions, that those are things that you're speaking, and you give life. And I had to, when that happened, that situation actually pushed me to God.
Okay.
That was the first time that I had experienced feeling the presence of God's spirit. I can remember
Mhm.
one day I was riding to my house. I was going to do some, painting and stuff like that before I moved everything in,
Mhm.
and I just began to weep. This Yolanda Adams came on. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Mhm.
And and
Yeah.
I began
That's
to
a good
sing that
one.
song. And when I'm talking about the power of God filled that car, and that was the first time that I felt that tears just started to flow.
Mhm.
Y'all, I was just like, oh my God. I mean, and the presence of God just filled that car, and he started speaking to me, telling me things, stuff that he had for me. And
Mhm.
here I go, all of this time wanting to do it on my own and living it my way. And I'm
Mhm.
reaping the benefits and having to deal with what I have created.
Mm.
But thank God I was built out of, I was resilient, and I could
Yeah.
bend and not break. And so, like
Mhm.
I said, that pushed me to
Yeah.
start seeking God, being
Right.
resilient. And so I want to encourage people that's watching this now. You might be going through hard times, and I know everybody, people are going through losing loved ones, and like she said, jobs and
Mhm.
things of that nature. But seek God,
Yeah.
and watch Him work with, even in the midst of what looks like the impossible.
Yeah.
Because we
Absolutely.
know with Him all things are possible. So seek
Right.
Him for those new ideas. Seek Him to be creative. Seek Him to, just most of all, to be who He created you to be. You
Right.
know,
Right.
and so you can really feel and live that purpose-filled life.
Right. And kind of piggybacking off what you were saying, Rhonda, about your personal testimony, and even with myself, I just remember, like I said, being in a bad situation, relationships with people, and feeling so low, feeling so depressed, feeling so oppressed that I can't get up and do
Mm-hmm.
anything, or somebody's, always having somebody say, no, you can't do this, or can't do that, or you're stupid, or whatever the situation is. And I just
Mm-hmm.
remember that in my head, replaying, knowing that I was not that person, knowing I wasn't raised like that, knowing that I was much better
Mm-hmm.
than that. But because of my desire
Yes.
to please somebody else, or to just want to stay in the good graces of somebody, just to please somebody else, I just put it that way,
Mm-hmm.
I submitted to that. I allowed myself to be demeaned in that manner. But
Mm-hmm.
something inside of me, that resilience, just said, no, you're better than that. You're bigger than that. You don't have to succumb to this. There's more to you than this.
Yes.
And so I had to get myself up and just rehearse in my head or meditate, continue to tell myself, I know who I am. This is what I'm able to do. I know there's so much more in me.
Confession.
And once I continue to say that to myself, and I continue, and it's like the Lord just gave me steps. He gave me points. This is how you do this. This is how you walk in that. And I began to walk in that, and it created confidence in me. I became more confident, and I realized the thing that had me bound so was fear that was put in me, that I allowed other people to put in me, and I just capitalized on it. I made it bigger. Everything I did, I second guessed myself. I never was sure of myself. But once you find out who you are, you are unstoppable. So, and knowing who you are in God. So I just want to encourage everybody who's listening, just know who you are in God. Don't let fear stop you. I would not see myself standing here May 5th, 2020, in the situation I'm in right now, coming out of where I was. I didn't see it. I have not seen nor have ear heard, neither is entered into the heart of man the things the Lord has in store for him that loves him. So it's because my mindset, because I allowed myself to be oppressed by what naysayers would say, but I had to build myself up in the Lord. I had to know who I was. So I just want to encourage everybody in that, don't believe the negative. There's something, just believe the positive. Be positive. Focus on the positive. You can do it.
And everybody has a story to tell. Everybody has a testimony. And you're looking at people who came out on the other side of it. So I just encourage everybody.
Right here.
Right. She's totally different.
Yes, indeed.
Erica Glover.
Yeah.
A whole other person. I'm getting to know her myself. God is good, and this is hey, tonight was about resilience. Just, for you to be encouraged and know that you can make it.
Yes.
Hearing all of our stories from where we came from, and sometimes people can look at you in your now and not understand the things that you've been through and make assumptions based on what somebody else may have told them, or what they may see.
Right.
And not know that there's a whole lot of stories to tell. There's a big testimony. God gets all the glory. And so we hope that you guys are blessed by this episode tonight. And hey, Pastor Hargrove said powerful. Glory to God.
Now look, let's give our viewers.
If you like my unit I have on, I'm crowned by Swanee tonight. So get me through this pandemic. I don't look like what I've been through.
Amen.
Amen. Yes. So we just wanted to come on and encourage you guys tonight, and we'll be on next Tuesday, and we rebuke all technical difficulties in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus.
In the name.
We want you guys to really just have a blessed night and be encouraged.
Yes.
Well, man, we gotta do the giveaways. We gotta give something. You forgot. Who's giving away something tonight?
I am. I'll start then. Okay.
I'm giving away something too.
I'm giving away something.
So Mary, you might as well come on.
Go ahead, Rhonda.
Okay. Well, Erica, go first. Go first.
Okay, then. All right. Well, I'm 44 years old this year. Last year, I turned 44. Yes, I turned 44. It has been a tremendous year already. Thanks be to God. This is the 5th month. I thank God for it. And so since the 44th year of my life is so significant, I want to bless the 44th person who liked this Life in Sync page. And so when I scrolled up and down and looked to and fro to see who I could find, I saw Brianna Tierra, and I want to bless her. If she would please send your Cash App, I want to deposit something in your life. Brianna Tierra. I think she got equipment. Come on in, put your Cash App up there. And if you're watching a replay, send it to me, and I will bless your life. 44.
Hey, Nita.
All right, go ahead, Rhonda.
Go ahead. I gotta go next.
Okay, I'm supposed to
Okay.
bless.
Well, I'm gonna need y'all. Go. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead then.
Do I do my age or do I do the when I finally got my life together? Okay, number 30. I'm not 30. That was 10 years ago. But whoever was the person that was the 30th person to like the page, I have no idea who that is because I forgot the name. But I'm gonna post your name in the page when I go back and find it. And if you send me your cash app, I'm going to bless you.
All right. I receive. Yes.
Yes. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bless somebody for Mother's Day because it's Mother's Day weekend, and
Yes.
I know, look, we stuck in the house. Now, look, I want y'all to have some sense and don't go to no buffet on Mother's Day now.
Okay. Okay.
But look, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna bless the first person who liked the page, and I need her to send the cash app. Her cash app name and it's Latoria Gibson from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And I'm gonna send her something for Mother's Day because it's so dear to my heart.
We'll do it.
All of our heart.
We'll post those winners in the page in just a few minutes. And inbox or send us your cash apps, and we're gonna be a blessing to you.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, you
Thank
girls,
you, everybody.
Tonight.
Thank you, everybody.
Look, I have enjoyed y'all.
Yes.
And we'll be back next
And look.
Tuesday.
Yeah, look, and I wanna
Rhonda. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next Tuesday at 9 p.m.